KOMO 4 is proud to bring you this special presentation. From the heart of the Northwest, it's the 86th Annual Daffodil Festival Parade, brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino.
Hello everybody, the streets are packed here in Puyallup as we get set for the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade. So many folks are excited, the pets are out, the flowers are in bloom, and everybody is ready to go, and they got out here early. Hey everybody, I'm Gert Swanson along with Aaron Mayovsky, and man, for the next 90 minutes, you are certainly going to enjoy this program because we are so excited. This is the second year you and I have done this, but the Daffodil Parade, 86 years strong, Aaron.
In the making, and it takes a year to almost get this together, and everybody wants to know what the weather's going to be like.
Yes.
We preview it the week of. Last year we had the rain, the wind, it all kicked up, the tent was flying. This year we do have the rain coming our way at times. We saw it earlier, but right now it's nice and dry guard. The wind is a little breezy now. We've seen some few gusts, but blue skies overhead with the cloud cover there. But look at all the people lining the streets. You can certainly tell it's going to be a nice day here at Pioneer Park, where we're kind of staged, where all the daffodils are out in their full glory and bloom.
Look at those beautiful children right there ready for the floats. And you can expect about 180 floats and marching bands and so many exciting events that are going to be coming right down here on South Meridian and also Pioneer, or right near Pioneer Park. And here comes Puyallup's finest. How about this? They are leading the way here, Aaron. And as you know, Aaron, we've been doing this for a while. This parade started in Tacoma today. Now it's in Puyallup with us. Then it goes to Sumner and Ording. It's 26 miles long, and most of the floats make their way from city to city to city, again, ending in Ording.
And there are about 5,000 participants in this particular parade that rolls all the way through these 4 cities. So it's a day-long event. It's very exciting, really cool. You're looking at the Officer of the Year there rolling through, kind of getting the parade started off. And you see the motorcycles and the police leading everyone and kids getting up and getting excited. But if you can believe it, the daffodils that are going to be involved in this parade guard, how many do you think?
All together? Like on all the floats and people wearing them? Oh, it's got to be 100,000.
More than that. We are going to kick it up to 350,000 with all the different breeds and strains of those daffodils. They are in full bloom, and they make this parade so sunny even when it's not.
And when you talk about the daffodils, they're all locally grown, too, because there's something in the soil here in Pierce County, especially here in Puyallup, where these daffodils just absolutely flourish. And did you know this parade started back in 1934? The only 3 years it missed was during World War II in 1943, 1944, and 1945. But here we go.
All right, this is the Let's take a look at the Officer of the Year coming through. The city of Puyallup making its way through. Always kind of neat when you get to ride along and be in that situation right there.
Oh, and here comes the color guard right behind the Officer of the Year, and we're just getting warmed up. And speaking of warm, you mentioned the weather. Look at the sun, Aaron. When we first looked today, we were thinking, okay, it's going to be like last year. Certainly we have the wind, but right now no rain. We're going to keep our fingers crossed for the next 90 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I always like to see the wind slightly blowing. It's picking up a little. You saw the flags moving through with the 504th Color Guard, and they're playing their tunes and just kind of getting us kicked off right. And the good thing, Guard, you see right behind it is you definitely see a convertible with the top down. And I think even when the rain and wind kick up, they still keep the top down, and everyone gets kind of excited about that. It's the Northwest living, right?
Yeah, let's listen for just a minute. Here in Puyallup, the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade, it's all about the community. It's about keeping that history going, and this tradition is just so important, and we really could not do it without the help of the Puyallup tribe.
And the theme this year, Guard, is really special. It's a heart for service, and I think that's really fitting for all the floats and people that go through here and the people who provide the great service down in this area, including the tribes.
Yeah, absolutely. If the Puyallup tribe was not involved in this, and they've been involved in it for years, this parade would not happen. So thank you so much to the Puyallup tribe for really making this thing happen and keeping this tradition going, because this really is a big piece of the fabric here, what keeps this community going here in Puyallup.
Definitely woven through. Even throughout the year, everybody's getting ready for this big event. In fact, on the drive-in, we saw a whole bunch of the princesses and people driving through with their headpieces on. Now we're taking a look at the Grand Marshal. That's Sandra Lee, Community Grand Marshal, with her too, and that is Kimber Lee, and we are definitely excited. We're going to send Guard down into the streets to catch up with her, and Guard just jumped off the stand here, and he's ready to go meet these ladies who are dressed up in their daffodil garb. So, Sandra Lee, a Sumner native.
I am doing great.
This is
man.
Kimber.
Hi, Kimber. How are you?
Danielle.
And you are who?
Hi, I'm Danielle.
Or my niece and my nephew.
All right, so hey, how's it going? We got the whole family here.
The whole family
how's it going?
here, Tanner.
So where's the dog?
The dog.
I know. Everybody but the dog.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about the parade, and it's so important that the entire family's here and just giving back to Puyallup, because you've done so much in your career, and now you're from here and you're giving back.
Well, it's always nice to come home. We all know that. And I love coming home because my sister's here.
We're going to switch say right
Oh,
here on this camera.
hi,
Come on in here,
hi.
sister.
Okay, Kimmy. This is Bryce, Tanner, Sandra Lee, and Danielle Mark. Okay, so this is a really important parade. This is a parade that my sister and I grew up wishing we could be a part of. And now to enjoy it as Grand Marshals. My sister is Community Service Grand Marshal. I'm regular Grand Marshal. Not that it's not important. And Danielle is Grand Marshal since the time she came out. But my sister has a staging business called Kimberly Staging, and she's a real estate agent here. So I'm coming back home to do my make-believe reality show. It's called Family.
You've been on the Food Network. You've written like 25 books. You've had 27 books. You've had a terrific career, and you guys continue to give back to the community.
Yeah, well, I think it's really important. When we lived here, we were on welfare and food stamps. And we worked really hard to raise our children so they could have college educations and get to travel. And it's important for us to give back to the community, because whenever you are able to have a successful life, it's important to remember where you come from and to give back and to be a part of it. And I love being here. And daffodils are my favorite flowers, and they always have been. And everybody knows that. And now you guys know why.
All right, guys, yeah, you got like a mile and a half to go, so I hope you're in shape and ready to walk.
I hope I'm in shape too.
All right, have fun today. Nice to see you too.
Handsome in person, I'm just saying.
Oh,
All right,
Guard.
thank you, Sandra. See ya.
Oh,
Have fun.
Guard always gets the great interviews there. And also, she's known for her famous cocktails, so that's kind of a cool thing, too. We saw them driving up, getting ready. And, Guard, great interview, grabbing them in the streets there to get in the middle of this parade. And you're going to talk to a couple more people. We're going to get the honorary Grand Marshal, Bill Sterrud. And, wow, he does so much for the community. He's the chairman of the Puyallup Tribe. And, Guard, without the Puyallup Tribe here, this event would not be possible.
No, Aaron, it wouldn't. And I'm going to jump right in here and talk to Bill. And Bill, hats off to you, my friend. You are doing such a terrific job here, and we have already talked about it, Aaron and I, before the show and during the show. If you were not involved and the Puyallup Tribe wasn't involved, this was not going to happen, and you've made so many people happy, and just the tradition, you keep going.
Well, I think this community spirit would make it happen one way or the other. I mean, look at the kids, look at the families. This is something that no matter what, it's going to happen anyway. It's an honor to be a part of it, for sure. But to see everybody that's a part of it, the volunteers, the community, it doesn't get any better than that.
And you've been going strong for 40 years here in this community. Tell me a little bit about why you guys stay here, why you keep this thing going, because it is so important.
But, you know, this is within our reservation. This is us. This is this whole community. Puyallup's always been great. You know, the city's a 5-city in Tacoma, Milton. You know, it's all been this great group of people, and, you know, I just can't say enough about it. Just the smiles that are going on.
Hey, Bill, thank you so much. We love the Puyallup Tribe. Aaron, I'm going to send it back to you.
Yeah, they do so much for the community. It's great to see these guys involved in this and really get everything going. People know when he rolls through, this means business. The honorary Grand Marshal, Bill Sterrud. Okay, coming up, we're looking at some military vehicles. That is 504th MPBN ASV going through. They're carrying lieutenant colonels and sergeant majors in that, and we just appreciate their service throughout the years and giving this tradition to ride along in this 86th annual Daffodil Parade. And behind them, you can see what's coming up. You're starting to see some of the yellow with the floats moving through. We definitely are looking at the Daffodil festivities and the presidents and the queens and the princesses rolling through along this parade route. Looks really pretty this year. I'm always interested to see, Guard, every year the difference of what they have going on. You see the theme, they're kind of expressing that with their float, a heart for service.
Well, you know what I noticed? I'm back in the booth with you. I look at all the detail of the flowers, and even all the way up to the tiaras, and how everything just looks so perfect. Look how beautiful those flowers are right there, Aaron.
It takes a long time for intricate detail to get these through, and imagine how far we talked about it. They're going from Tacoma to Puyallup to Sumner and to Ordning.
Yeah, it's a 26-mile route, a mile and a half, almost 2 miles here in Puyallup, and we are deep. The sun is out. We're 6-7 people deep here on South Meridian here in Puyallup, right next to the Pioneer Park.
All right, look who you're looking at there. That looks like Tim and Judy Smith, Daffodil Festival presidents. They always get going, and last year I think it was a little blustery and a little windy at times with the rain coming down, but notice they don't have their thick, heavy jackets on. They're looking great. Followed by them is the Princesses Guard.
Yeah, and you know what I noticed too? Not only the Daffodils, but look at the Mustangs, some Quorum Ford. I mean, look at these things. Talk about a perfect day for a convertible with the sun out.
And I think it's kind of cool and unique that they put them in Mustangs this year, all different colors. Of course, some of them we've seen through roll in the yellow colors, but they each get a ride in twos, kind of waving to all the community people and who've supported them over the years to get there. And these women have done so much for the community and to deserve this role.
Yeah, and I'm glad you pointed that out, because a lot of folks, especially the young ones here who are not only watching right now on Como, but who are here, it's not just riding in the back of a convertible. These young ladies go out into the community and do so many good deeds, and they do it not just for a weekend or 2 weekends. They're out there every day for years and years, and they continue to give back.
And they know this lifestyle. They work so hard. They balance school and sports and other community events. And it's great to see the princesses from Franklin Pierce, from all over as they ride through this 2019 Daffodil Parade. All the colors kind of enjoying the offset of the yellows with the royal blues and greens, and all the Mustangs riding through. Princess Grace Wilson waving through just there. And then as we get going, we'll see all these from Eatonville and all over spreading the love of their community.
And you know what I learned this year? That this parade, as we mentioned, is 26 miles long. It is the longest parade in the United States of America.
Yeah.
And it's right here in Puyallup. And there's so many people. There's about 100,000 people spread out throughout the 4 cities where this parade is going. So we must have 20 to 25,000 people on the streets here in Puyallup today.
Well, what I like about this too is they've decorated the Mustangs with all the daffodils. They've put them in the grills, they've put them in the antennas, and they've put them on their hats and their windshields, and they've made leis out of them, kind of the Hawaiian style.
And then right behind all these princesses is the White River High School Marching Band under the direction of Rich Kunzelman and drum majors Kyle Bogart and Joey Saunders. They're so pleased to be in this wonderful parade.
Hey, it's always neat to see the first band come through. So let's listen to these guys. I think that's the best part about the parade.
That sounds so good, doesn't it?
You know what's really cool about these bands is a lot of them from the Pacific Northwest perform throughout the year all over the country.
Yeah, and you know what also I like about the band? Now that I'm a father and I'm walking through the school on, let's say, a Monday morning at 7:30, and you can hear the band warming up and practicing as they do Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekend, and it just sounds so Americana. You know, it does. It's just perfect when it comes to school.
Hey, look at these guys. I love the Letterman's jackets with the daffodils. This is the White River High School National Honor Society float, and they've really tricked theirs out.
Yeah, they have. Wow, look at that. Look at all those beautiful people right there. Such hard workers giving back to the community.
They've got all their symbols involved, the DECA and everything.
And now comes the Tacoma Yacht Club. Hey, if we were to sailing away on this one, aren't we, Aaron?
Oh, for sure. We've got the Honor Guard, the Bridge of Officers and Spouses, the boat float and shipmates. There's all of them following and trailing behind. The Cinderella carriage representing the Metro Parks. And the Cinderella Ball, the Tacoma Yacht Club has it going on. I love how they're pulling tow.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if that's quite a yacht.
It's good enough for this parade, right?
Exactly.
Well, they enjoy their community partners, of course, including 2nd Ranger Battalion, JBLM, Metro Parks, Tacoma, and SOTA, and many more.
Nothing like the Puyallup City putting this on with the help of the Puyallup tribe. And here we go with another Grand Marshal from the Marine Parade.
The Cinderella Ball, still part of what we just saw moving through. I like this one. It's really simple.
I like that. It's colorful.
Hey, guy's got the right idea here. They thought maybe they were going to plan for the weather and kind of stay in their big unit as they roll through. All right, so definitely we have a lot more coming. American Red Cross pulling up, the disaster relief van coming through, kind of blowing some of their horns and tooting their way, and we have the followers behind making their presence in this parade.
Yeah, the American Red Cross used for mobile feeding and distribution of supplies during a disaster, and they're usually the phone's ringing off the hook when things start to go awry here in our community, so it's always so comforting to know that the American Red Cross has our back.
All over the country and all over the world, these guys fight to go in and help with battles that are out there, especially across the United States and all the natural disasters that we've had move along. And I want to tell you, Guard, do you know that 50 vehicles are here to help? Not Red Cross vehicles, but just 50 Jeep vehicles in case any of these floats or the vehicles of the Red Cross break down. We have these people in the community that drive these and go to each city to help.
And coming up next, Grand Kapowsin High School, the marching band and the cheer squad.
I love the Eagles.
Oh, you gotta love the Eagles.
Well, they love to provide a superior learning environment, which all students have access to quality instruction and rigorous coursework. And you know it, they're out here practicing their band, their drills, their routine, and getting all synced up on top of all the community work they do along with their schoolwork.
Right. There's something about parades and bands. They just go hand in hand, don't they?
Well, I love the 3 wind bands, 2 jazz bands, a percussion ensemble, and the pep band. They've got it all going on. So no matter what event you go to, there's something for everyone to get covered.
Let's listen a little bit.
So, Guard, I wanted to ask you, what instrument did you play in high school?
I didn't play an instrument in high school. When I was in 8th grade, I played the trumpet, and I was horrible, so I quit.
All right, well, on that note, I played the flute, but we're going to take it to break for just a few seconds, and we'll be back with more from the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade right here in the heart of Puyallup.
The name Puyallup means a land of welcoming and generous people. The Puyallup tribe of Indians, committed to creating a strong community and building for future generations. From donating nearly $2 million to local government agencies, to financing environmental improvement projects, or its tradition of contributing generously to a variety of charitable organizations. The Puyallup tribe of Indians and the Emerald Queen, working to make our community a better place.
And welcome back to the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade. Guard Swanson along with Aaron Mayovsky. And oh man, we're talking Shriners right now, Aaron.
Oh, I love that.
The Afifi Shriners.
For sure. And they were formed, if you can believe it, back in 1888, Guard. And they're around to provide fun and fellowship to its members and support their 22 children's orthopedic and burn hospitals throughout North America. Do you realize how much great work these guys do?
Oh, of course.
They have local clubs throughout the Southwest Washington area that have social events and fundraisers for their hospitals and patient transportation. Everything that they provide, they cheer people up. They're great within the community. Look at that guy. How can you not smile?
Now that's a band member right there, right? On a chopped up chopper. Oh, and the clown's having a good time. Whoa!
Woo! Oh, we just missed that. They blew somebody out of a
Oh, my-
cannon and caught the dummy.
Oh my gosh, that's the biggest cannon I've ever seen
That's
with
what
a
I
dummy
love.
coming out.
I love about these parades. They're always exciting and always keeping you on your toes here.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
Lakes High School, the Lancers are coming up. Oh, this is our producer, Steve Wilson's high school.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Who doesn't love a good marching band? And we're going to see quite a few of them. I think last year we had over 20, and this is probably our third or our first, but the Lancers, this is a talented group of kids right here.
Yeah, led by drum major Cole Hennessy and field commanders Benjamin Birmingham and Andrew Naraki.
And Aaron, this next float we're about to see is, I think, one of the most special ones that we're going to see coming down South Meridian Street here in the heart of Puyallup. This is the Tribal Elders Float, and this is so important to this community.
It is. You're seeing in the background there, that is a longhouse and a plank houses where typically those dwellings in which the Puyallup people lived in their tribes, and this is what they built. They were much larger than plank houses, and they were used mostly for ceremonial and communal use, but they typically were considered to be permanent structures.
Wow. Now, the house was divided into 4 to 6 sections, depending upon its length, and each which served as a living quarters for a single family group. No walls inside, and if there are 4 or 5 families in there, each one had their own fire. Each one had their own special spot, and guess what? Everybody got along.
That's just what I was going to add to it. You have to be able to get along living in a situation like that, and I think the heritage and the tradition and the community of these folks on this land are the ones who really brought forth community and family to this area.
And I cannot say this enough today. If it wasn't for the Puyallup tribe, this tradition might go away. I think it would be very difficult to keep this going on because, one, it's expensive, but the Puyallup tribe always puts a first step forward and they make things happen. And this is part of the reason right here, because it is a tradition, it's a community event, and it's all about the Puyallup tribe giving back to their ancestors and also to the people of this community.
Oh, for sure it was. They've done a great job with that. And I love the community living where they each have their own fires, but they cook and bond together.
Yeah, and the next one we're going to look at is the Puyallup Tribal Float. This float is in honor of our U.S. military and fishing war veterans, which is obviously so much. We have to tip our hats to those ladies and gentlemen as well.
Yeah, and you heard the trolley toot the horn in between. We've got a couple things going on in between each float, but yeah, definitely for sure. This is one of the amazing floats where people are just kind of riding along the side, laying on the daffodils with all the intricate woodwork, and you can see almost the totem sketches and the woodwork there of folks hanging out.
Now, how many, can I put you to the screws here? How many daffodils do you think are on that parade, on that float?
Oh my gosh, I would say probably at least a few thousand.
Oh, at least. Look at that, and look at how much time and effort. Wow.
For sure. Look at this guard. One of your favorite things. It always smells kind of funny sometimes when they come by. The lariats.
Oh, it's just so important. Now, I grew up with a couple of horses. We grew up with hardly any money, but for some reason, my grandfather bought us 2 ponies that we could ride around a little bit. He took care of them. But horses are so important, and groups like this, like the lariat, so important.
Yeah, and they perform all year long, and they kind of hang out and go to rodeos and several competitions, the fairs, the public events, and of course all these parades. And they always are doing their specialty performing when they gallop through under the black lights and hang out. They're truly part of the traditional portion of this parade.
Yeah, and look at all those horses. They're decked out as well with daffodils. Oh, man.
Okay, you already spoke to Kimber Lee. And
yes.
They're there with her real estate and staging, pushing through being an intricate part of this community and giving back to the community each year.
And did you hear both the sisters talk, including Sandra Lee, who we just talked to just a couple of minutes ago, on just what it means to give back to this community. Now, this is a lady that moved back to New York, been super successful, 27 books she wrote. She's been on the Food Network. She's had a successful career, as including her sister, Kimberly, in real estate. It's so important for these ladies like that to bring it home, don't you think?
I love the fact that they've been to New York and LA. She's written 27 books. She has the famous cocktails, but she really seems down home here, coming back to her roots in Sumner. And that's something to say when you go to the East Coast and down the West Coast, to come back right here to Little Sumner.
Can you imagine if everybody thought that? And that's how they acted, and that's what they did in their lifetimes, giving back to where you came from, where your roots are?
Perfect. It is something that everybody needs to be involved in their community. And as we continue to look forward, we are looking at the next coming through. Yeah, Integrity. Look at these guys
drill
moving
team.
through. Yes.
The Integrity Homeschool Drill Team is a free community-based group in Pierce County. These girls are aged 9 to 19 and meet once a week to work on their routine, build relationships, leadership skills, and organize service projects.
Well, they love it, and they are definitely amplifying the heart of this service, a heart of service for this parade. As superheroes, because everyone, serves as a hero in this community, and these guys are wearing their Superwoman costumes. Gotta love those.
Oh, it's just beautiful. And I just love Steve Wilson just took that white shot with our jib camera looking down the street here. You know what? This is really just a slice of what America is about. I mean, everyone's having a good time. Everybody's getting along. No politics involved. It's just, it's parades, no politics, which we love.
I love the superhero theme, and Guard, the fact that they're all sporting sunglasses, rain or shine, and the age groups from 9 to 19 and breaking out and doing these dances. Just look at them go.
I know. They're so cute, aren't they? Look at these young people. Now, that's a superhero right there.
I think I saw a Batman, a Robin.
A Batwoman, I think.
Henry Foss High School, Air Force Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. That's who's up next.
Yes, these are the kind of people that are going to be protecting us as the years come. They are super solid citizens right there. Look at these guys. Look at the faces on them. Serious, ready to take care of us as the years go by. And there's the shot I was talking about, Aaron, that long shot down South Meridian.
Bruce Demir is up next, Pierce County Executive. He gets to ride in one of those beautiful Mustangs that roll through this parade.
Yeah, nothing like waving to the crowd when you're sitting in a nice convertible on a sunny day. Again, that's Pierce County Executive Bruce DeMeyer. Up next, Senator Hans Zeiger, Representative Kelly Chambers, Representative Chris Gildern. The 25th Legislative District Delegation are greeting constituents and other spectators along this wonderful 1.5 mile parade route.
They even have a fluffy dog with them today, hanging out. Oh, check out the spring fair. Love it. Look at the duck, the Washington State Spring Fair. Yeah, April 11th through the 14th. And we're promoting it here on the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade. Always know that this is one of the fun ones. Look at the
I love this.
The bunnies and
the chick.
Yep, for sure. And the bubbles are flying right now.
Oh, and the cute little girl sitting in the front seat with her parents. Oh, man. Bonnie Lake High School Panther Marching Band.
Yes. The Sumner Bonnie Lake School District are proud to present the award-winning Panther Marching Band. Color Guard Drill Team and Cheer coming behind.
It is so important for high schools and middle schools to have music in the program, because I know a lot of programs have been cut, not just here in the state, but across the country. But it is so important to get an instrument in these children's, these students' hands, because I think it leads to so many great things as their lives progress.
And they play so many great songs that you know, all those cover tunes. They're going to play Eye of the Tiger. They're going to play Walking on Sunshine, which is great for the festivity today, because we do have the sunshine just pouring down onto the street right now. It is holding out in Puyallup.
Let's listen to Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger, Bonnie Lake High School Panther Marching Band. And the drill team and the cheerleaders, they're all here today.
Hey, Guard, we are looking at the Sons of Norway. Yeah, it's an international fraternal organization with lodges throughout the U.S., Canada, and Norway, dedicated to the celebration and preservation of all Scandinavian cultures. And we know that. We see these guys all over in Ballard, Washington,
Oh, yeah.
you know, just everywhere, up in Seattle, Tacoma, up to the north in Marysville, and all the parades. There are 18 lodges in Western Washington alone.
So important to see the Sons of Norway in this parade, and they love being down here.
Well, they give so many scholarships and programs, youth camps, social programs, dance classes, adopt a school, community projects. They participate in all of the festivals around our community. Plus, they celebrate everything Norwegian.
That's important. That's a cool looking little boat. Puget Sound Norwegian Elk Hound Association and the
National
Trolltones.
Dog of Norway.
Lutefisk Dinner and Bazaar.
Look at the little pups.
Have you ever had lutefisk?
Yes.
Did you like it? You can be honest.
Do you want me to be honest?
Be honest.
Well, it's okay. It's not 100% my favorite. Growing up, one of my best friends, their family is Norwegian, and I like the goat cheese.
You do?
So for Inger Lisa, who used to make me those toasted goat cheese sandwiches with jam on top, thank you for introducing me to the Norwegian culture. They have some great traditions and cultures to kind of learn and grow from.
Well, as you know, I have a lot of Swedish blood in me, a lot of Scandinavian blood, and I can say lutefisk is not my favorite thing.
All right, well, we'll let that one pass for you. But we've got Clover Park Band coming up, and we're going to listen to some more tunes, of course, from them. But this is another big band that gets around the state, the community, and travels with their musical talents.
Yeah, the band has 55 musicians from grades 9 to 12, and marching in the Daffodil Parade is one of the highlights the band members look forward to every single year. I don't remember the last time they missed this parade. I don't think they ever have, but Clover Park, man, they can't wait to start marching down these streets and playing. And they have a little style, too. As you can see, they're moving and grooving.
Oh, and what's cool, Guard, every year, Mr. Dirth, he is reunited with an alumni band member. They come up and they bring their families to watch the parade. So it's pretty cool. And next year, he's going to be watching the parade with his granddaughter. So it's by far the favorite part of the day for them.
I could listen to this all day. Coming up next, the Clover Park School District, the Heart of Learning.
Well, they're always providing the best education they can to get growth of these youth, because youth is the community and what it means for our future, Guard. They are really academically and emotionally and socially inclined to keep this school district flowing at the top level. Look at those kids right there.
Well, it certainly gives you wonderful faith moving forward in this crazy world we live in now, when you see all these wonderful, beautiful children and these students out here giving back to the community. I think it just lends so much importance and credence to how we move forward in this world, and it just gives a lot of light of hope, and I just love it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the heart of living and creating promising futures. We'll let them go, and we'll say hello here as we get going. Do you know about this one, Guard? Garrison Titan and Rebel Legion. We've got some bad guys, the Garrison Titans, and the good guys, the Rebel Legion. And this is kind of a cool event because they are leading off to the Washington State SummerCon, and that's going to be June 15th through the 16th, 2019. You can go to their website at wasummercon.com for all the fun and the whole family. And it's a Father's Day weekend extravaganza to be part of the Star Wars featuring event.
It looks like Darth Vader. He's right there. You got the Stormtroopers. You know, and Disney's opening up a brand new Star Wars theme park down there in Anaheim, and hopefully I'm going to be down there in May when it opens up. That'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's the Puyallup Cheer Academy. This is probably one of my favorite things in the parade, when the little gals come through and they've learned so much to get this on and make their presence here. They're all on cue usually, and even if they're not, it looks fantastic.
Look at those cute little faces, just loving it. And they're all in sync, all having a great, grand old time here.
Oh, they're spreading their cheer. Listen to them.
Rogers High School band right behind him. It's the chair and dance squad. This dance squad are so happy to be participating in this year's 2019 Daffodil Parade. Rogers High School takes great pride in all aspects of activities and education in our school.
Oh, well, they're going to be performing a lot. Yeah, performing Dynamite, originally recorded by Tao Cruz, and Uptown Funk.
Uptown.
Yeah, that's a good one, right?
I like that.
It's the Bruno Mars rendition. You gotta love all these bands that play these songs because they're so popular and they take their own version. I think it almost sounds better than the top radio hits that go over the airwaves.
Yep. And more queens and more princesses. They are just flooding the streets here in Puyallup. As we mentioned, this is the 86th annual Daffodil Parade in the heart of Puyallup, streaming right down the middle of the city.
Yeah, that was Queen Haley and Princess Madison.
The Okanagan mascot games, and here we go. Let's get it on, everybody.
Have you, Guard, seen that lion and bear joust?
I have not.
Oh, man. When they get going, it's kind of cool.
Man, look at that van. They got that thing decked out, don't they? Flowers everywhere. And look at this mascot with the big teeth. The big teeth.
Well, what's kind of cool is they have the first annual Okanagan mascot games, and it's going to be held this May 10th through the 12th in Vernon, BC, Canada. So heading up to international zones up to our neighbors to the north.
And more cute children and their proud parents. It's so important for these people to be involved, especially here in Puyallup. It's just so nice to see.
Well, the Daffodil Scholarship Foundation is something that's just amazing that keeps this going as well. Definitely a fun time to be walking through when you're part of this organization.
Yeah, the Scholarship Foundation provides $46,000 per year for the Daffodil Festival Queen and Princesses, representing 23 Pierce County high schools.
Yeah, that's Vice President Connie Wackel. President Nella Hawks.
Lincoln High School, here we go from Tacoma, Washington.
Such a big name around our community, right? We've had so many things, not only great education and tradition fall from Lincoln High School in Tacoma, but Guard, who went here?
Oh, there are a lot of important people that went, that were Abe's. That's their mascot. Sugar Ray Seals was an Olympic boxer. He's part of the faculty. John Kitna, the former Seahawk and Dallas Cowboy.
Lawyer Malloy.
Lawyer Malloy, phenomenal athlete who also played at the University of Washington and won some Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. Man, talk about a school pumping out some incredible athletes and scholars.
Well, they pump out the scholars too, but it's nice to get a few athletes on the hook, and they're always giving back to the community. You know, John Kitna came back and coached for several years. Lawyer Malloy is still around.
Yeah.
He's shooting pictures at big major league events, from baseball to football and soccer.
That's right. So many incredible people have come out of that high school. This year they had 18 different middle and high school drum lines from around the state compete at their event held just about a month ago.
Hey, that's the Tacoma school float that we're looking at being moved through this parade right here at Pioneer Park. You can see the daffodils on there. These ones look really festive and kind of perky and nice along the edge of the Tacoma school float.
Next up, the Portland Royal Rosarian Foundation. Leading the Royal Rosarians today are Lord High Chancellor Don Thacker and Squire James Wallach, who is the Prime Minister and first Squire in 2019.
Yeah, and they are the official greeters and ambassadors of goodwill for the City of Roses and have served in that role since 1912, Guard. So much heritage and history. They march in their traditional white suits and straw hats, as you see here on your screen.
Oh, I love those straw hats. This is really cool. Look at that. Look at that hat right there. You got to hang on too, because it's getting a little bit breezy here. But man, so many people having a good time here. Oh, somebody just lost their hat.
Woo! Well, they're all a volunteer organization of 280 people, giving thousands of hours to their community every year to get ready for this and all around their area. They plant throughout the year. You know, they plant recognition roses for honored individuals and events and spread their message: for you, a rose in Portland grows.
Yeah, the Royal Rosarians are proud to welcome the new Queen of Rosaria every June, just prior to the Grand Floral Parade. And now it's time for the Metro Animal Services, Aaron. They provide animal control services to the city of Sumner, Puyallup, Bonnie Lake, Edgewood, Milton, Pacific, and Algona. They also have a shelter where they provide services for pet licensing, adoptions, redemptions, and education.
I think all the young kids in this parade line the streets, and it's really what it's about. I mean, all of us as adults are young kids too, and we love to see folks moving through and really get excited about these bands. The Stahl Junior High Band, the Storm Marching Band, they're bringing it. I can't tell which one's better than the other. They all sound fantastic.
And these are young kids too. These are 7th graders, 8th graders, 9th graders, and they're sounding like adults right here because they are really bringing the tunes. Can you name that song, Aaron?
I want you to sing it, Guard.
I can't sing.
You can sing. Let's just listen to them, Guard. You ready?
Come a
Twist
little bit
and
closer.
shout.
Oh, I love that.
Hey, look at this posse. It's the Pierce County Mounted Sheriff Posse. They're all volunteers striving to make a positive impact on the community, and they're doing it right here today. And look at the flag's not even blowing that much. Light winds through here now.
Yeah, you know what's so impressive is that I would think it'd be so difficult to control your horse with so much activity around the horses. They don't get distracted. So, you know, they train a lot with these horses because they do a lot of these events. But, man, you have to be on your game to keep these horses in stride.
Well, they help the Sheriff's Department in any way they can through their search and rescue parades and just being another friendly face out there in the community for the Sheriff's Department. So I think it really puts a nice light on to remember how good the Sheriff's Department and what they do with that posse there.
So now it's up. The foreign exchange students, education and travel and culture. That's what they're about. They're also riding on the truck with host families and LCCs. The purpose is to promote international understanding and goodwill by providing high-quality educational and cultural exchange programs in the United States and, of course, abroad. That's what the educational travel culture is about. And there they are right there, pointing to the T-shirt.
Yeah, you can go to
Having some fun.
edutrva.org for more information on that.
Here comes some big old trucks, Aaron.
It's the monster trucks. We're going to take a little bit of a break here, and we'll be right back with more on the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade from Puyallup.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians, committed to creating a strong community and building for future generations through partnerships and projects that enhance our everyday lives. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and the Emerald Queen Casino, working to make our community a better place.
And that's Bowers Plumbing you're looking at right there, and right behind them is Bethel High School.
Yeah, the junior ROTC. Look at them go. Yeah, they have about 120 members strong in their unit from Spanaway, Washington, with a mission to develop citizens of character.
the Bethel Cadets have accumulated, get this, 2,300 community service hours so far this school year, and 350 previously from the year before. That is a lot giving back.
Oh, they won the Outstanding Unit Award with Merit back in 2018. And that is kind of a great award to win for them.
Man, so important. What a great thing. Here we go. Bethel Middle School Marching Band. And they're so excited to be marching down in the middle of the street.
Yeah, they're under the direction of Tony Curtis. And this is the band's, get this, how many years, Guard? 14 years doing this.
Wow. I think once you do it, it's kind of contagious because it's so electrifying and so much fun when you have an audience. And it's a different audience every step. And you have thousands of people, literally, most likely 20 to 25,000 people here in Puyallup today enjoying bands just like this one right here.
And look at that. A Marysville princess from the Strawberry Festival. You know what's kind of cool? This is a Strawberry Festival, and that's a big deal that goes on up in Marysville. These guys are reaching out to the communities right now and saying hi to all the little kids out there, because you know these kids just love seeing some of these princesses, but they're going technical this year. They are going for hashtag Marysville, Washington.
And you know what I was just going to say? You see the high fives going there with the little ones?
So,
you talk about building memories. These kids will never, ever forget that.
Well, you want to know something interesting here? These guys are resilient. These gals are walking in their tennis shoes because their float actually lost their brakes this year.
Wow.
And that is why they are walking right now and saying hi to everyone. So it's kind of, you know, one of those things that's a bummer, but they got right through it and they're rolling through.
Yeah,
and saying hello to the community.
Yeah, that's a real personal connection with the community. And here we go. More marching bands and more dancers.
Yeah, this is the Electronets High Steppers Drill Team and Drumline. These are the guys that I always look forward to coming up. They kind of get their swing, their funk, and their rhythm, and they have it going on. They can dance better than both you and I, Guard.
Oh, way better. And you talk about style. These ladies and gentlemen have some style.
Well, and their mission is to give the youth a positive alternative that lures them out of the streets and to dance.
Yeah. You know, these guys are the real deal. They have won awards in many, many competitions, not just here in the state of Washington, but across the country and up north in Canada. They can bring it.
Oh, for sure. They placed first in the Seattle Pride Parade in 2018 and the Seafair Torchlight Parade in 2014, 2015, and 2016. They also are award winners of many competitions around the country.
Oh, and I like their uniforms, too. It's looking good.
Oh, boy.
And right behind them, it's Franklin Pierce High School, the Cardinal Marching Band.
These guys bring it on no matter what they do. I know I'm dating myself going back to high school days, but they have a great band, a great community. They have a great athletics program. They were, I think, in the semifinals back when I was playing soccer, and fortunately, we were able to knock them off, but they are strong competitors in everything they do.
Franklin Pierce, the Cardinals, 75 members under the direction of Mr. Matthew Collandini. The band is active in the community, putting on events and concerts throughout the year. So this is just a one-off for these guys. They are busy performing all year long.
One of my favorite things, Guard, is when these marching bands blow by, some of the kids in the street get up and start to march with them, and it's really cool. And every once in a while, you notice that adult who gets in with them and rocks it. They can also rock with the Seafair Commodores, Guard.
Yeah, here they go. And that's a big old yacht right there that they're dragging along. Oh, man. This nonprofit group is one of 5 Seafair volunteer family groups. They proudly support the Seafair Foundation Scholarship Program for Women, which is celebrating, Aaron, its 70th anniversary. Hello, Captain. The Washington High School Patriots, Marching Band, Air Force, JROTC.
Yeah. The school's award-winning band is led by Mr. Joe Ferguson, and the Air Force ROTC marching unit is under the command of Kelsey Abler. Look at those colors.
What kind of hats are those? Tricorn hats. Look at those things. Look, talk about some style, Aaron. This is really stylish.
Well, that's what I said earlier about all these bands that come through. They're each color and flair, something kind of to offer for everyone. You see the next one, you say, oh, that one's great. How can people beat that?
Let's listen.
Guard, I just want to give you a little weather update as these guys are standing here very serious, the gals and the men moving through. We've got a little cloud cover coming in. It's getting a little bit darker, but we haven't felt the rain drop here in Puyallup, which is good. Slight breeze still. We haven't had those gusty winds that we had kick up towards the end of the parade last year.
Yeah, I remember when we woke up this morning, it's like, uh-oh, this is going to be wet. But you know what? It doesn't matter if it's raining. When we look back at last year, the wind was a little more brisk, and it was literally soaking us under this canopy. This year, we have a little bit of a breeze. The place is packed. Daffodils are flowing, they're blooming, and everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, that's the Franklin Pierce School's community float, which they pull through every year. And you can see it's being pulled by a nice GMC truck rolling through, but kind of cute to see their little float and folks following behind.
Yes. Oh, I like these little ponies, too. Look at those little guys.
Look at that spin there.
You can't.
All right, this is the Northwest Small Equine Club. The mission of them is to engage social organization that recognize the importance of family values. And you see that there with the little spin and twirl of the girl. The club knows the bonds and relationships that can be formed through love.
Oh, yes. Their nonprofit organization is full of opportunities for children, adults, seniors, and family. They enjoy all kinds of activities with these miniature horses and mules and donkeys and ponies that help foster responsible horsemanship and education.
Yeah, the bond between the animals and ponies. Also, we're looking at the Muckleshoot Tribal School moving through there. They've got their sign and their pom-poms and their cool sweatshirts.
Oh, man. I remember that cheer when I was in high school.
Yep.
And the Pierce County Fair here at the 86th Annual Daffodil Festival Parade.
Yeah, that's held each year, the second weekend of August at Frontier Park in Graham. You will find, of course, fair food and all the carnival rides and things kids like to do, the vendors and the free entertainment. Yes, free entertainment. Hundreds of exhibitors show their animals, art, photography, home arts, and more. 4-H is a large part of the Pierce County Fair, and some of the students are walking in the parade. Come see them. Don't forget, August 8th through the 11th.
Look at the goats. Is that part of the theme here?
Yep.
It's the goats coming down.
Oh, look at that little guy in his overalls. He's giving a wave.
That's his buddy right there.
He's got a little goat handler there with him in his leash.
He's got his overalls on. He's got his goat. He could not be happier. This is the Puyallup Historical Society, the Meeker Mansion. You have to love these guys. The Meeker Mansion Ezra Meeker wagon right there.
That was built in 1923 to assist him in educating people about the history of the Oregon Trail and the importance to the history of our State Guard.
Yes. Look at that young lady having some fun. 1923 wagon.
Well, members of the Historical Society took this wagon with the oxen over the Oregon Trail in 2006.
The young Meekers.
Ezra Meeker.
Boy, what a day we're having here, Aaron. The weather's been holding out for us. We've seen so many marching bands, and they all sound different, all playing different songs. We are just steeped with excitement here. So many people have lined the streets here. As we mentioned, it's about 1.5 miles through the city of Puyallup where people have really just packed the sidewalks so they can get a glimpse of these incredible, talented people.
you know what I like is every one of these bands and drill teams that roll through are award-winning. And this is the award-winning Bethel High School band and cheer squad and teams. And they're so proud to represent their community today. You can just tell by the smiles on their faces as they move through this community. The band students are in grades 9 through 12 at Bethel High School and participate as part of the 3 concert bands, percussion ensemble, and 2 jazz bands.
Yeah, and they compete at a very high level, and they perform hundreds of times a year, including today here at the Daffodil Parade.
I always love the baton twirlers when they come up through to kind of lead their folks behind them and get it going. I love to see them toss those so high up in the air and catch those as they spin around.
Yes.
I'd like to see you do that.
No, definitely not me. Bethel High School band right there, dressed in black with a little bit of red, showing their school colors. You have the trombones, you have the flutes, the trumpets.
Well, the theme of this is a heart for service, and definitely the theme for the Bethel School District this year. Their theme is, oh, the places the heart can serve. So true with this community and what they've all got going on in each one of their heartfelt floats.
And here comes the Bethel School Community Float. And when you look at this float, Aaron, you can see all the detail in it. And it's just such an important thing for people to be involved. Because I know it takes a lot of people just to put this float together, and then they have their own service that they do throughout the year. It's just so vital for our community.
Well, one of their themes that they also say is these efforts depend on the individuals who serve as volunteers for us to make this world a better place for everyone.
Absolutely.
In this climate and in this culture of our country and our world right now, that's words to live by.
Oh, absolutely. The Washington Midsummer Renaissance Fair and Northwest Pirate Festival. And here they are. And if we can get a tight shot of these ladies' dresses, I mean, you talk about, look at them right there.
Well, they're a nonprofit organization who run this.
I want to know how long it takes to get into one of those dresses, because it looks like it's going to be a little cumbersome to get everything in.
I know. Well, as we watch these guys roll by, we'll be back after this on the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade.
The name Puyallup means a land of welcoming and generous people. The Puyallup tribe of Indians, committed to creating a strong community and building for future generations. From donating nearly $2 million to local government agencies, to financing environmental improvement projects, or its tradition of contributing generously to a variety of charitable organizations. The Puyallup tribe of Indians and the Emerald Queen, working to make our community a better place.
And welcome back to the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade. You are looking at the Washington Diamonds drill team and drumline. Look at them go.
Oh, these guys were formed back in 2010. Look at them having fun for ages 5 to 19 years old. That's what I really love, guards, when they bring the kindergartners in with the seniors and folks going off to college to teach tradition and culture with them.
The founder and director is Fawn Sterling, led by Captain Ajiana Sterling.
Well, their whole mantra is to respect themselves, respect others, foster professionalism, and give back to the community and celebrate their achievements within their community.
So much style, so much flair, and now look what's coming down the street. It's the Rainier Antique Tractor Club. These are from pre-1960.
I'd love to get out and ride one of those.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? And you know, and they still use these. This just isn't part of the parade. They actually use these to turn up soil for the daffodils.
I like the lights on that one that just went by. There it is. Look at that. The eyeballs.
And when you look at this machinery here, it's just so simple, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
The way they made things, you know, 40, 50 years ago. You can hear it running like a champ.
You can smell it.
You can smell it a little bit. Little fossil fuel.
You know, it smells like spring to me.
Yes.
It smells like folks are out mowing their lawns.
And you said something, some information earlier when you're talking about daffodils. You said 350,000 single daffodils part of this parade?
Yep.
That is a lot. Over 250 species.
And what it takes, though, it's not just 350,000 daffodils thrown onto these parades and floats and cars and machines and bikes and motorcycles. Look at where they're placed.
Yeah.
They're placed in flower pots. They're placed in mesh. They're placed in wreaths. They're all over the place. Baloo Junior High School Marching Band Guard.
Here they go. And we've seen so many marching bands today, but it doesn't get old. They're all doing a different song. They all have different rhythm. They all have different beats. They all have a different sound. It's just awesome.
Well, there's 125 students strong this year in this one. Fathomsville Fun Festival. That's up next. Port Orchard's Fathoms of Fun Festival on the last Saturday in June. That happens along with Queen Rosalind, Prince Corey, and the Duchess Veronica as they continue their quest for discovering lost treasures under the sea.
Yeah, like those two big pearls right there in that in that clamshell. Here is the Windmill Gardens. That's an old truck right there.
Yeah, that's a 1956 flatbed truck decorated for the Daffodil Parade here. I love how they bring these back in.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, they grow all kinds of daffodils, all kinds of plants. The Windmill Gardens doing it right here in Pierce County. All right, we're going to take a break for just a minute, then we're coming back with the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade from the heart of Puyallup.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians, committed to creating a strong community and building for future generations through partnerships and projects that enhance our everyday lives. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and the Emerald Queen Casino, working to make our community a better place.
And welcome back to the show. Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, you jumped the gun on me. I was going to say, welcome back to the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade. We want to thank the Puyallup Tribe and the Emerald Queens Casino for putting this on. We really could not be here today on this street going through 4 towns to put this parade on without the support of those folks.
Yeah, like we talked to Bill Strud. He's one of the members there. He's been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah.
We talked to him at the start of the parade, and he talked about the importance of all this. And here's the Meeker Middle School from the school district there, and just so many people involved here, Aaron.
Yeah, it's the marching band, the cheerleading squad, and the dance team for that Kent School District. This is their first appearance, very first in the Daffodil Parade. So look at these young kids.
They're first, but many to come.
Well,
that is for sure.
They're going to be playing today, I Want You Back. Hey, they're 6-time state champions.
Graham Central, Pierce Fire and Rescue, Great Escape contest winners. What's the deal with the Great Escape?
I don't know. Look at this. This looks so cool. Now, that is the cool display of daffodils there. 5th grade students from 43 schools in the Bethel, Franklin, Pierce, Puyallup school districts and private schools in the area compete for a chance to ride in this parade. So it's a competition. One winner is chosen from each school's 5th grade class.
Well, they are chosen on the merit of their family home fire escape plan. It is a tough competition to win this honor. Guess this, there are 6,000 entries, and you're looking at the winners right here, and there are only a handful. So these ladies and little gentlemen, they know exactly. So what they did is they drew a plan in their house on how to escape their home if it catches on fire.
Hey, that's a good reminder of something I need to do, you need to do, everyone needs to do to have an exit safety plan, because you just never know when something like this is going to happen, and you don't expect that it will happen to you.
Yeah, no question about it. And make sure you change your batteries and your fire alarms in your house.
Yeah, it's a good time to do that when we spring forward and fall back, just as a good reminder.
Look at these young kids. The Aylen Junior High School Band.
The Falcons. Let's see, here we go.
Today they are marching 110 students in their red Aylen Blazers. They're looking good, aren't they?
Yeah.
With some bow ties.
You know, they've had those Blazers for over 30 years, and that's kind of the tradition. It reminds me of a lot of the organizations and companies like CBS or the NFL football or, you know, ABC, when they put these on and they wear those nice blazers.
Yeah, and they're performing Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, another hometown group. I'm not sure if that was Smells Like Teen Spirit from Nirvana.
Yeah, that's okay. We've got Moxie Hop Festival, and they are hopping around, hip-hop dancing. I love how they're kind of tied and tethered in there so they can get their groove on and enjoy this parade.
Yeah, they are moving and grooving on top of that float. Young ladies having a great time.
They make it real, the royalty float with Queen Emma Grunberg, along with the princesses Haley and Chloe, and a special guest appearance from Post Royalty.
Yeah, and they want us to mention the Moxie Hop Festival is August 1st through August 3rd of this year. Krista Camps, Aaron.
Yeah, they provide memorable camp experiences where people encounter Christ and servant leaders and development. They also live in the communities and they change and transform life there. So if you want to get involved in that, you can always go to their website and find out how to look up their camps and be a part of those communities.
And look at this, more animals. If I'm looking on the screen here, it does look like some more goats, right? Those are good looking goats. They have like 3, 4 different colors on them. You got a little white, got some stripes, got some black.
They're moving along at a pretty decent pace here. And I noticed just over the last 5 minutes or so, Guard, the wind is really kicking up. And you can start to feel some of the sprinkles coming through.
Yes, I was just going to say. Oh, man, and if we look way down the street, here comes the Puyallup Vikings. We're going to check in with them in just a minute, but we're going to take a short timeout and come back with the 86th annual Daffodil Parade.
The name Puyallup means a land of welcoming and generous people. The Puyallup tribe of Indians, committed to creating a strong community and building for future generations. From donating nearly $2 million to local government agencies, to financing environmental improvement projects, or its tradition of contributing generously to a variety of charitable organizations. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and the Emerald Queen, working to make our community a better place.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here in the heart of Puyallup at Pioneer Park, where our little area is staging to watch this wonderful parade, the 86th annual Daffodil Festival Parade coming through the heart of Puyallup. And Puyallup High School, what a better way to kick it off from break?
Oh, wow, yeah, the Vikings, they have their flutes. This is a big band, Aaron.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it say anywhere how many members are there? Because they are stacked right now. It is a block of musicians coming down the block.
Almost 100 plus, I believe.
Man. They are going to show off a little bit, I think. They got a hometown crowd. They are from here. People want to see them. They want to hear them. They got the purple and the yellow. And the dance team is right behind the band.
You know what I'd like to know is if those gals have Fitbits on, how many steps they're getting by the time they get through here.
Oh, I know. And here's the city of Puyallup, their community float, and again, lots of detail on these floats, and it's a lot of people hours that it takes to, because it's not just like you put a blanket of daffodils on there. You have to put them on one by one.
Yeah.
And you're talking thousands on that float.
And I love a heart for service. They really amplify that, and they have careers with people who sincerely have the desire to give back to the community. You're looking at teachers, and that's why we're recognizing some of these people on this float.
And there is the City Council of Puyallup. And, you know, we spent a lot of time down here in Puyallup, Aaron, and every time I come here, I kind of want to move here.
Oh,
This is such a wonderful community.
for sure it is. Rich history and tradition, and of course those Mustangs are involved in it, but the Mustang Club is a huge part of it, and I love how they've tricked out some of these Mustangs. They've got little guys on the front, and
I was going to say, I hope they rev one up for us.
oh, of course they will. Look at the pink Mustang right there. They've got a little trim kit on his.
Can you hear that rev?
They know they're on. They have the tune. You know what that is? The attitude.
Oh, yeah. It reminds me of high school. Going
Well,
down Main Street.
If I had one of those cars in high school, that would have been a little dangerous, probably.
Oh, and here comes the Orting High School, the Cardinals, and their drill team, and their cheerleaders, and their band.
100 students from the Orting High School band program participate in this, and they're pretty deep too, rich with tradition and their school colors, black and red, and they have the cheerleaders, the flags, and the band right there stretching out across the street as they walk through Pioneer Park here in the heart of Puyallup at this 86th annual Daffodil Parade. You still hear the Mustangs.
Yes, and the man really doing it well is the director of the band. It's David Baroker. Does a terrific job. Works so hard every day, Monday through Friday, with the band and the dance team and the drill squad, and they just get in sync together Monday through Friday, every day, before and after school.
Can you name the song, Guard?
YMCA.
Let's hear you sing it. I know you can do it.
I can't. I cannot sing. Do you know it?
I don't do karaoke.
I
You
don't-
do. I've heard you. You have a great voice.
I don't.
Sing along.
I don't know it. I can't do it. I'm awful.
He's lying. Art Swanson.
Orting Community Float. Now this is a big float with a big globe on the back end of this. You have a princess there, princesses all the way around. And these ladies are in for quite a ride. They started in Tacoma this morning. Now they're in Puyallup today with us. Then they're heading a little bit this afternoon from Puyallup to Sumner, and then they're going home to Orting to also be in front of thousands of people. So this is a long afternoon for these young ladies.
Yeah, the joy that the Orting community feels with these ladies up there, definitely. They have it going on with this float. This is really one of the most unique ones I've seen come through. Go global.
Yes, it
A
is.
heart for service.
Just so pretty. Oh, no, here we go, Aaron.
This is the part that the kids always like too, and the kids within the adults. The Astoria clowns, they come and ride, and they have their hair flared up like cotton candy. It almost looks like you could pull a piece right out and chomp on that, and it's so fun to see these guys kind of throw out some candy and say their hellos to the kids on the sides of the streets.
Yeah, the Astoria Clowns were formed back in 1956 to help promote the Astoria-Megler Bridge to Washington. The flame orange car, as you can see right there, is a 1969 Cadillac hearse.
They too also participate in several dozen parades throughout the year, about 20.
Yeah, it's never the same if these guys aren't involved. You have to have the Astoria Clowns, or really any clowns, for any parade. It just really makes it happen. I'm not sure about riding in the hearse.
But you gotta love it. That gives it the character, Guard. That's the character of this little part of the parade where they pull through and they play kind of the clown music on the harp organ over there.
Yeah,
Got the guy in the back playing. Do you think he's really playing?
Oh, I for sure he's playing. Absolutely.
A calliope. He's playing the calliope.
Yeah. Run by steam, according to Steve Wilson, our director in the booth.
Callis Junior High School band coming through.
I had a friend last year who met me down here, and he counted every single band that came through and tried to also document all the different instruments.
Oh my goodness.
And there are hundreds and hundreds of instruments.
And here's a look also at some more blue flying through the streets. This is Ording Middle School, the parade band, the traveling band.
This year, the band is performing Hand Clap by Fitz and the Tantrums.
I know that song.
That's a good one. Look at all those cute little faces in there.
Well, if you think about it, Gard, you add up all the communities that roll through here, how many bands you were saying your friend tried to count them. This is so technical for all these kids. They do this not only during the school day, maybe once, twice, 3 times a week. I'm not sure if it's every single day for most schools, but they also have to do their homework. They also have to do their community events and sporting events. So give it to all the bands that come through.
Yeah, and here's Jefferson County, the Rhododendron Festival. We have some queens on board, some princesses. And again, just an incredible detailed float. They have their tiaras on. Just having a blast here at this annual event, the Daffodil Parade. 86 years strong, started way, way, way back in the 30s. And the only years they missed were during World War II, 1943, 1944, and 1945. And since then, they have not missed one single parade year, rain or shine, snow or sleet. They pack it here in Puyallup for this incredible parade that really concretes this community.
It's the little gym of Puyallup. I love the little gym. My kids went there. It's a great experience to kind of bond and meet everybody and kind of let your kids get out their inner athletic flow.
And they say they take children ages 4 months to 12 years for some serious fun. They do gymnastics, sports skills, karate, all kinds of stuff. There they are. Look at those young people. You got to love them.
You got to love the parents, too, for carrying them through.
You know?
Great job, parents.
Oh, man. The spirit of the lake. Now, this took some time to put this together, Aaron. And there's a happy parade goer right there.
I want to know how they see to drive these through.
No, I know. So intricate, everything. Hey, it's time to join the Sea Scouts. 253-572-2666 if you want to join. And there are some of the scouts right there. Big, bright smile. She's got her cap on. She's ready to go. You can see just how thick it is and how many people are enjoying this parade down here in Puyallup. So many folks got here early, put their chairs out, marked their space, and then protected that space so they don't lose it. You really have to squeeze in to get up close and personal.
And you know, Sigard, some of these folks go through Tacoma, Puyallup, Sumner, and Ording. So they race to catch up with the parade and get their next location. And right here, we're in the heart of Puyallup at Pioneer Park. And this is kind of where everybody is central and flows through. And you really get to see much of the parade from here.
Now we're looking at the old Cannery Furniture Warehouse. I haven't been here, but I hear this place is a blast to go to. You can find some really cool stuff there. All kinds of stuff, old and new. That's in Sumner, Washington.
I'd love Sumner High School Spartan Marching Band, another good one coming up. I love the school colors. They're always tough in everything they do, including their percussion. 162 members, Guard, are what makes up this with the band, the cheerleaders, the flags. They've got it all dialed in, and they're all in sync.
Wow, how about this? Over the winter, these students were awarded the SPSL 4A Band of the Year for the 10th year in a row. 10-year champions in a row. That is a monster achievement.
That's something to say about their directors in the community and who puts forth these programs. And enables these communities to have these kids come out and compete like this, but also the underlying tones behind it is the fun, and that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, a little bit later this summer, May 11th, they'll be at the Squim Irrigation Festival Parade, so you can join them if you want to see them in person and you're watching on Como right now, Como Television. Come see these guys in person in May.
Well, the City of Sumner Community Float right here, Guard.
Yeah, and from here, they go to Sumner. So again, they started in Tacoma. They're here in Puyallup right now. And then the City of Sumner right here, they're going to end up in Sumner in probably, what, a couple of hours from now?
Yeah, as they push through, they'll be celebrating their local and small community charm as they push through. And it's a really great community down there as well.
Rhubarb pie.
Ooh, that
Sumner,
sounds good.
Washington. Oh, man, with some vanilla ice cream.
RhubarbPieCapital.com. We're going to remember that one for folks out there. That is a great place to get a little slice of heaven.
Absolutely.
Okay, I do want to mention that the winds are picking up and it's really starting to come down. We've got a squall coming through, but look, it's not stopping the smiling faces on these communities out here rolling through, including the Junior Vikings of Puyallup, the state champions, Guard.
Yeah, and as you mentioned that, Aaron, as you mentioned, the rain is starting to fly. Oh, man, but you know what? Nobody cares. It will not drench just the excitement of this parade.
Well, here's the deal. You just wait a few minutes, and this is going to pass. This little cell and this band of showers will move through, and the winds will let up a bit, and then we'll get a little bit of some clearing I can see in the background. So that's the good news. It's not going to be long-lived for this particular part of the parade.
Yeah, and these guys have been state champions like 5 or 6 straight years in a row. They know what they're doing.
Well, once a champion, always a champion.
And how about the Fife Trojans? Here we go. And the Columbia Junior High School Marching Band, the Cougs. What's a little rain? It doesn't matter. We're in the Northwest.
These guys are 8th and 9th grade students. Which brings up right behind them the City of Fife, the community float. And their theme is Heart of Service.
The City of Fife, Parks and Recreation. Again, so many floats, so many participants, so many marching bands, so many people just having a blast. And Aaron, I think you're right. I know you're the forecaster. It's just the sprinkles have stopped just a little bit. We're going to call a timeout here for just a minute and come back with more from the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade. Gart Swanson and Aaron Mayovsky bringing you all the action and more coming up next.
The name Puyallup means a land of welcoming and generous people. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians, committed to creating a strong community and building for future generations. From donating nearly $2 million to local government agencies, to financing environmental improvement projects, or its tradition of contributing generously to a variety of charitable organizations. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and the Emerald Queen, working to make our community a better place. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians, committed to creating a strong community and building for future generations through partnerships and projects that enhance our everyday lives. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and the Emerald Queen Casino, working to make our community a better place.
And welcome back, and you can see a little bit of water on our lens here on one of our cameras. It's starting to rain a little bit. The umbrellas are out, but people have not left at all. They're still waiting for a few more floats and some marching bands to come down here, Aaron, right here in the middle of Puyallup.
Yeah, you know, we started this out with a little bit of blue sky, the cloud cover, and it looked pretty ominous off in the distance, but the Daffodil Festival rolls on every year, rain or shine, and this is kind of the tradition of the Pacific Northwest. We know it right here in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. We get the most wild and wacky weather, and I think that's what makes for kind of the surprise of the event. And a big squall just moved through here, Pioneer Park. People got their umbrellas out, maybe some going under the tents and some of the trees to kind of just hang out until the parade gets rolling again.
And you know what? I can feel it. I can feel it. I can hear it. I think the Sea Pirates, I think the Pirates are coming our way. In fact, I know they're coming our way.
It always gets me startled when you hear some of the cannons and things like that. But right now, check out the motorcycles.
Cossacks Motorcycle Group. Those look like Harleys to me. Those are some old ones. Boy, it has certainly been a tremendous day down here in Puyallup. We still have a few more things to go through, some more participants here in this parade. You're looking at a motorcycle club here that just, I remember these guys from last year, Aaron, and they certainly want to be a part of all of this.
Oh boy, what are they getting ready to do? They're staging it. Oh geez, they're going to do their acrobatics and fly through the streets right in front of the camera.
Oh, here they are.
And here they go to get going. This guy's saying, hey, what about me, guys? Don't forget me.
You got one more guy.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, he's hanging on to the back. Hang on to those belts, my friend. You're going to get one more guy on there?
Oh, my goodness.
Gosh. All right. Look at this.
And the crowd goes wild.
Look at these guys. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6 guys. 7.
And please don't try this at home. Well, you know, we want to thank everybody, of course, for being here with us today to watch all of these festivals and events roll through, the floats and the motorcycles and the Mustangs, and, of course, the Puyallup tribe for allowing this in Emerald Queen Casino to happen every single year.
Yeah, I talked with Bill Sterud, who really launched this event today. He's been around for 40 years. He's a big member of the Puyallup tribe, but if it wasn't for him and all his tribal members and all the elders and all the people involved and all the members of that tribe, this would not happen today. And our hats are off to that tribe, because you have to just love them for keeping this community together with this parade every single year. And it's not this parade that the Puyallup tribe does. They do all kinds of community events every day throughout the year.
Yeah, we would like to thank all the participants for sure. 5,000 participants in this parade across 4 cities. Tacoma, thank you Tacoma, Puyallup, Sumner, and Ording. We're heading to Sumner next. The Daffodil Festival, 86 years strong, plus more, as you said, Guard. And the Seafair Pirates come up always to close out our portion of the parade.
And the Seafair Pirates, they are so scary, but they are so much fun. They have their tattoos, they have their swords. It is so scary, Aaron, but man, they certainly bring that flair, don't they?
Well, I think they scare some of the kids on the streets there with those big swords as they go through, and they're getting ready to blow, and we have just a few seconds left of this parade. It's been so fun to be here with you on Como TV.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was going to say for you, Aaron Mayovsky, love.
Whoa!
Love having you there. For producer Steve James and director Steve Wilson, I'm Gart Swanson, again along with Aaron Mayovsky. Thank you for joining us here on the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade. And there's the Demolition Derby. Look at that car, Aaron, number 5. It looks like it's been competing for a while. That's Motorsports Mayhem. Looks like my car in high school.
And they'll be at the Spring Fair Guard, which is coming up right around the corner.
I love a good Demolition Derby. And you can only go in reverse. You can't go forward. You have to bash in the back. Look at that car. That's a shark right there. The fin on top. You got the teeth. And no one's going away despite the wet weather right now.
Yeah, the rain and wind are really picking up. And today, you know, there's a wind advisory out, so only natural with the Daffodil Parade that the wind advisories come out. That's going to last through about 7 o'clock this evening, then the winds will die down. But this doesn't stop really anyone here at Pioneer Park, lining the streets, revving the engines. I love hearing that. It's so fun. None of the kids are scared. Look at this little one on the back of this flatbed, just kind of hanging out saying, I'm getting a cool ride.
Cool ride and probably something to eat, too. Waving to the crowd, having some fun, building memories. That's what this event is all about. More demolition cars. Wow, that thing looks pretty beat up, even in the front.
I would love to be in one of those demolitions and take you on.
It would be a blast, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and also a blast, the Edgemont Junior High School marching band, more to come through, the Eagles. They're all dressed up. I love that they're in the football uniforms there, and the band behind them trailing back, and then their nice little logo in the background there. You got the clarinets, the flutes, the trombones, the trumpets.
Yeah, it consists of 110 7th and 8th and 9th graders. A lot of people participating. This year they're performing All-Star by Smash Mouth, made famous in the movie Shrek. Mr. Birch would like to thank all the faculty and community members of Edgemont for their support for their music program, Go Eagles. And I talked a little bit about just the importance of having those musical programs and having music a part of everybody's life when you are going through school, because I think it paves the way for a successful life.
For sure. Let's take a listen.
And here comes Emerald Ridge High School, the marching band.
A 3-year comprehensive high school that has a thriving arts program and strong extracurricular activities. They do the concert-focused program. Emerald Ridge High School students welcome the opportunity to experience the parade and enjoy performing with other schools and community groups. That's kind of the cool thing. They all get to line up together, and sometimes these bands go at it for the Battle of the Bands, and they play the same kind of music and different flavors.
Yeah, and a big thank you to all the Emerald Ridge students, parents, teachers, and supporters in the district.
And if you're just tuning in and catching this, it wasn't always wet and windy. It just started within about the last 15 minutes or so. So we had some dry conditions through Puyallup for most of this parade.
Yeah, and not only are they marching, but you also have to play. And as we mentioned before, this route here in Puyallup is 1.5 miles, and then they're off to another city and another city after that, after starting in Tacoma this morning.
They are definitely racking up the miles on their soles of their feet. They're going to be some tired dogs of barking later today.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more exciting action from the 86th Annual Daffodil Parade.
The name Puyallup means a land of welcoming and generous people. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians, committed to creating a strong community and building for future generations. From donating nearly $2 million to local government agencies, to financing environmental improvement projects, or its tradition of contributing generously to a variety of charitable organizations. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and the Emerald Queen, working to make our community a better place.
And welcome back to the show. You're looking at the Frontier Middle School Band under the direction of Gianna DeBolt. The Frontier Band is comprised of 7th and 8th graders. And get this, Aaron, they have been involved in the parade for a quarter of a century. 25 years they've been here participating.
So they are prepared and ready, though. They have the ponchos. I love the clear ponchos because you could still see through, but they're protecting some of their instruments, which you have to do. And it's to be known that we're going to get all the elements out there. We'll probably have a rainbow coming up here. It's kind of rainbow weather as well as we push through this spring Daffodil Parade right here through Pioneer Park in the heart of Puyallup. We have been here before. This is a fun annual parade that gets going, and everybody participates in it, including the folks on the sidelines get up and start dancing. And these guys are playing some cool tunes.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody has left their seats. I think they're still packing the sidewalks.
And this float looks pretty cool, being pulled on the flatbed of the truck. The Eatonville Community Float, and Have a Heart, and they've got that. I love the global heart.
Yeah, their Have a Heart features a small sampling of the many people in our community who demonstrate their heart for service every single day. The float is flanked with fir log rounds and highlights other wooden elements that give a nod to our town's logging heritage. Boy, that's a good looking float there.
That really took some time and effort. That's a really cool, unique one. Okay, Eatonville High School is coming up next. The band, the drill team, the cheer squad, they are all here and performing, and they've got it going on with their blue and black colors.
And their axes. And I like those, what are those, blue and black Pendleton shirts?
Yep. Almost like the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, that's a theme from the Munsters that they're playing.
Well, you seem to know all these themes, Guard. I want to hear some singing from you.
No way.
Oh, we've got Truth Fitness, CrossFit, Boot Camp, Kids, it's for everyone. Oh boy, Boot Camp, we could use that about right now.
Now that lady with the barbell there, I hope that's not like a real one she's carrying.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
You might be right. And they're rolling big tractor tires. Oh my gosh. Look at that thing right there, Aaron.
Well, you know, the bar weighs 45 pounds.
Well, yeah, on each, yeah, and then on each side you have 45 pounds. So you're looking at like 135 pounds right there.
Oh,
For a mile and a half? I don't think so. And here is Mountain View Middle School, the marching band. So many children, so many bands we have watched today. It's just been incredible. Out of Bonnie Lake, Washington,
the Wolf Pride.
You said you played the flute, right?
I did. I played for a few years. And then everyone went to band camp, and I went to soccer camp. Came back. I got challenged, I think, by good old Denise Cadwallader, and she challenged me for first chair, and I said, well, I think my career is over here. I'm going to take up athletics.
But it certainly helps. I think when you're involved in a program like this, it just helps you as your life progresses. It teaches you so many things and just how to hold a note.
Well, it's always... Well, the American Heritage Girls and Trail Life Troop, 1900, pushing through, walking through this parade. They've got some of their rain slickers on and their red bandanas as they move through and carrying the American flag. All smiles for these guys and their friends and family and parents walking through the parade in the rain. They don't care. They've got their sunglasses on because we're getting some pockets of some blue skies coming through.
Trail Life USA. And right behind them is this group. Others Trail Life USA. Sumner Middle School marching band, the Bobcats, getting a little wet, but they don't care. They're carrying their tune. They have their instruments.
Yeah, these 7th and 8th graders have it going on. Surf City is what they're playing. Famous, yeah, that was made famous by Jan and Dean.
This is the 253 UTV. This is a family-oriented UTV riding group that raises money for children and their families with childhood cancer. Also, when they aren't camping in the mountains or riding the dunes, they like to plan local cruises on the streets to enjoy their community and support local businesses like they are today.
Ooh, those are pretty cool looking.
I've been in one of those before. Those things are downright exhilarating. They are a blast to get in.
Did you get to drive it?
I didn't get to drive it, but I had a professional driver, and we went over some big-time sand dunes when I was living in Idaho, and it was a blast. And they're super safe. They're real fast, but I mean, they have the cage. You're all strapped in. You're on almost like a carnival ride.
Well, look at the shocks on those things. The springs, the way they like bounce to and from.
And you need it too.
And they're throwing out candy this whole way down the lane here. We got to get some. Hopefully they'll toss some our way. I'm ready for a lollipop or something, right?
How's it going, ladies, gentlemen? You can see the candy being flown out to the people, still sticking it out here in Puyallup despite the rain and a little bit of breeze.
I see one of those. The funniest thing I just saw, Guard, is we may not have caught it on camera, but one of them had 4 seats, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and they had a car seat with a toddler strapped in with her binky.
That just proves my point that these things are super safe and super fast. Lake Ridge Middle School Band out of Bonnie Lake. And they can't wait to perform for us as they march down the middle of Meridian, South Meridian here.
And again, this is a huge band, over 120 members of 7th and 8th grade musicians. Mike Osborne leads this band. They're performing a song, Love Me Do, a Beatles classic.
Oh yeah, total Beatles classic. Mike Osborne, the director, doing a terrific job with Lake Ridge Middle School.
PNW Tundras.
Wow, those are the big boys right there, those Toyotas.
That's kind of full force. It's movie style coming through with the Daffodils there. You don't want to mess with them. One of the things that's kind of cool, you got the dog looking out the window there, but so many members of the community, from the Toyota companies to all the tribal members that put forth the effort and time, from the city of Puyallup, the city of Tacoma, Sumner, and Orting, they all come out in full force and give their best for this Daffodil Festival.
Oh, absolutely. And then you're looking at Glacier View Junior High School, the Ferrucci and Glacier View Junior High School marching bands. Here they come, bright pink. Band members right there.
Yeah, they have a long-standing community-driven pride because they perform in this all the time. They are one of those bands that never say no. They perform in the Veterans Day concerts at local elementary schools and Puyallup Senior Center. That's kind of cool during the Christmas time, the luncheons there in the Puyallup Pavilion.
And it's so important to acknowledge and to clap and show some appreciation for these band members of all ages, you know, all the way from, 6th grade all the way up to 12th grade, who perform and practice so they can do events like this that really put this fabric of the community together and holds everything together, and it's because of young people like this.
Like you said, Guard, music, the tradition of weaving it through the threads of this community. Everybody on the sideline is singing Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline, you gotta love that. And what a sweet day this has been, Aaron, here at the Puyallup, down here in Puyallup at the 86th annual Daffodil Parade.
Pioneer Park is where we are. We were here the last couple of years, and it seems to be the spot. We are loving that you joined us today for this amazing festival and parade,
yes.
The 86th annual one. And so glad Como TV could be a part of this. And the Puyallup Tribe, we would not have this without them and the Emerald Queen Casino Guard.
That's absolutely right. For producer Steve James, director Steve Wilson, and our entire crew who are brave the raindrops and the wind, I'm Guard Swanson alongside Aaron Mayofsky. Thank you so much for joining us here. We will definitely see you next year. Have a good one, everybody.